about the Delhi Services Bill. How about we talk about that just for a little moment?
See,
that's going to be tabled. How are you looking at the fact that, see, YSRCP backing the NDA government is no news to me particularly. I don't know about the viewers. You can get down in the comment sections and help us out over there. But what about the Biju Janata Dal? You know, Naveen Patnaik has been away from all of this. Age is not on his side. Let's not forget. But he is at the helm in Odisha for the longest time. And talk about development, talk about sports development. I mean, Biju Janata Dal and Naveen Patnaik have done their fair share over there. And there's a massive fan following for the man in Odisha as well. Why do you think he's now backing the NDA government?
Well, that's been the thing that I've been trying to get at the bottom of it as to why BJD has taken a stance on this, and especially in a bill that has a lot of interesting aspects as well. Anyway, I was trying to, in fact, find out what could have been the reason, and Hindustan Again Times, which I was just picked up also. Interestingly enough, you know, this is what it says. The BJD stance tilts RS balance as Delhi bill is introduced in Lok Sabha.
What does the balance look like right now? What's the number game?
See, in the number game, what has happened is that YSRCP as well as the BJD coming on to the BJP side would help the bill to, you know, sail through the RS, which was one of the contentious points where they were looking at. I'll just read it up. The government's National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Bill of 2023 was introduced in the Lok Sabha on Tuesday, and with the Biju Janata Dal indicating its support for the legislation on the floor of the House, its passage in the Rajya Sabha, never really in doubt, is now a certainty. All right. So, Union Minister of State for Home Nityanand Rai introduced the contentious bill. It replaces the ordinance that effectively overrides a Supreme Court judgment and gives the centre control over Delhi's bureaucracy in the Lok Sabha, where it is expected to sail through given the NDA's majority.
It's going to be a smooth passing, right? Because, ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this. The Delhi Services Bill was tabled in the Lok Sabha amid opposition protests. We all saw that video, Amit Shah talking about the Delhi Services Bill. And if you haven't, you know, caught up on that, you can of course go on to our YouTube page and take a look at all the separate videos that we've put out there, especially for the Delhi Services Bill, as to what really happened in the Parliament. No clutter, just the right kind of voices. But on the other hand, the House has powers to enact any law for the national capital, is what says
Amit Shah has put out that message. Yeah.
Suspense over. Not over Delhi bill. Suspense is over. Delhi governance bill set for smooth passage in the Rajya Sabha. The Biju Janata Dal, the YSRCP declared their support. The NDA needs 121 against INDIA's less than 110 members of parliament. BJD's Naveen Patnaik and YSRCP's Jagan Mohan Reddy. These two pictures, these two men have seemed, it seems like,
have
tilted the scales in the favor of the NDA. But the fact that, you know, Arvind Kejriwal had that cordial meeting with Lieutenant,
LG yesterday,
the Lieutenant Governor Vinay Saxena, it was a cordial meet. It happened for 35 minutes. There were some tweaks in the bill that were made, and the tweaks were made because the NDA government wanted to save themselves the embarrassment
of the court point. Yeah, exactly. The court
pointing. What is that court point? For somebody who does not know.
There was a provision in the bill that said that they won't be able to legislate, that is the Delhi Assembly won't be able to legislate anything on the services. So that particular contentious point has been removed, because being a union territory with the legislature, what will the legislature do? It will be completely out of the entire bureaucracy will be completely out of the purview of the Delhi government. So the ability to legislate was actually given then by compromising, by removing it. But then I was going through the Tribune and just look at how the bill has been made, Kabir, and you should listen to this, how it has been made. LG to have sole discretion in deciding matters related to staff, postings, transfer as well as vigilance. Provides for setting up CM-led National Capital Civil Service Authority. How much of part the CM has in that? Let's find out. If LG differs with its recommendations, decision of LG will be final. So you have a kind of a conciliatory body, but then if the LG differs with them, the LG can take the final decision. So basically, to say impasse is possible. Okay, impasse is highly possible, and therefore to get over that impasse, the LG is given the final authority to decide. So the LG decides. Okay, and then clauses added to Article 239AA providing for special provisions with respect to UT of Delhi. Article provides for centre's participation in Delhi's administrative affairs. That is where the catch is.
So
that
the
is
Aam
where I've
Aadmi
been
Party
saying
is
that
again going
why,
to come and say,
yeah, of course,
they're
I
going to
think,
say, why have you elected a government in that place?
so the big question would be over here is, I think, would be that this battle will again land up in the court. And of course, the court has
No,
been
but
looking into it.
I'm just trying to think out loud here. When the chief minister practically gets to do nothing, why hold elections in the first place?
See, that would
Why
be the
waste
question.
all that money?
That would
Why
be the
put
question.
in that effort?
That would be the question that would be asked in court. Now, again, I was Kabir, that we come to that question. What is Delhi? Union territory, half-fledged state, not a full-fledged, but a half-fledged state, or somewhere 75%
It's
of
the
a state.
national capital.
But then who controls it? You have an elected body, you have a chief minister for it, you have 7 MPs coming from this place, which is actually higher than some of the states in the northeast, the number of MPs. You have a huge population associated with it. You have another creature called the NCR, which is to say that administered by the separate states.
But called the NCR.
Yeah, I mean, because it's very difficult to
You also have the
administratively doesn't
NCT,
mean.
which is the National Capital Territory. You have the National Capital Region. You have the capital Delhi.
How do you define? So
You're
yeah,
right.
so you're talking about
You're
how
right.
do you
You're right.
define
You're right.
this region? I mean, there are multiple authorities involved in so many things, but this is all supposed to constitute the capital region as such. But then, what is Delhi? I mean, you need to have that definition. And as I said, I don't think so. The central government is going to give up their hold on Delhi, nor is the state government going to stop from fighting for more autonomous rights for them to govern Delhi. And therefore, there's only one entity, constitutional entity, that will define it, and that is the court. So
I'll
I
tell
think
you
we
what
should
is
leave it at
Delhi.
that.
Delhi is confused. that is what Delhi is right now. Let's wait till the parliament, gets its session in action, and we'll find out as to how this smooth passage of this Delhi Services Bill takes place. Yesterday it was tabled amid opposition. Today the NDA government have the numbers on their side.